Hello, students. It is Monday morning. What day is it? Monday morning, August 29th. I'm recording this, trying to do a quick video. This is the second video for module number two, the second video for module number two. And I'm doing this on August 29th. You can tell because I have today's newspaper, the LA Times, right here from August 29th. And interesting story. This is not part of the lecture, but this interesting story. In the calendar section here, which is all about entertainment stuff. Yeah, I'm an old man. I get the print newspaper. There's an article here, and you can see this about what color is a dwarven princess. What color is a dwarven princess? Article right here. I guess there's a new Lord of the Rings TV show coming up, coming on the air this week, and I guess people are already upset about what they consider to be woke casting because there are people of color in the new Lord of the Rings TV show, which is the article is basically saying that's absurd. It's fantasy. You got dragons, orcs, hobbits, elves. That's okay. But put a person of color in a role, and people say, "Oh, you're being woke." I mean, it's all fantasy. People can be anything. Um, anyway, okay. What I want to go over here is the media consumption survey that y'all did. Most of you did that. Thank you very much for doing that. And compare that with some national statistics. So here we go. Apologies if I make a few mistakes here. Uh, Here we go. Media habits for JMS 200 compared with the U.S. population fall 2022. Okay, now this graphic, these are statistics from the year 2020. Third quarter means the third part of the year. These are the most recent statistics that I could find. Nielsen has much more current statistics, but I'm pretty sure they keep that information for paying clients. This is the information that they're revealing to the public. And according to this, we're going to come back to this later in the semester. According to this, radio is actually the most popular form of media. What that top on this bar chart indicates is that in a week, for people ages 18 or over, adults, 88% of them are reached by radio. So radio is the form of media that reaches the most adults, according to Nielsen now, according to Nielsen. And radio exposure also means when you're walking down the street and you hear someone playing radio from their car, you are exposed to radio. Or if you go shopping in a store and they're playing radio. So when you factor in these different kinds of exposure, they say radio is the most popular medium in terms of how many people it reaches. And then you have the app web. Most of you would probably think the app web would be number one. And then television, live or time shifted TV is still very popular. And here we have the time of use. Time of use. This means 30 hours. The average person spends more than 30 hours a week on TV. Now here, this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, again, these are statistics for 2020, the most recent statistics that I could get. According to this, 2020, people were spending 10 hours a day connected to some form of electronic media. And then we have 2019 down here with almost 12 hours. Now, there's a big mistake or a big flaw with this. Nielsen changed its methodology, the way that this type of data was connected. No one in their right mind would believe that media consumption went down during the pandemic. Everyone with two brain cells would know that media consumption went up during the pandemic. However, the sample that was used to extrapolate these numbers and the way data was collected changed. So it actually indicates a decline in media consumption. So I think that there are some flaws with the methodology here, but I think generally, these numbers are correct. People are spending many, many hours a day connected to some form of electronic media, with live or time shifted TV being the bulk of that. Okay, live or time, and then radio is right here. It's an hour and a half. And over here, the red means app or web on a tablet, and the orange is app or web on a smartphone. So that's a big area, but TV is the biggest area. And here's the big thing. Here is the big thing that I wanted to share, and you will see this on a quiz. According to Nielsen, in the year 2020, the average adult spent more than 5 hours a day watching video, more than 5 hours a day watching video. The bulk of that is live or time shifted TV, but then you also have TV connected devices over here, which is defined as DVD game consoles or some type of internet connected device. So Despite people thinking they don't watch much video in a day, the average is actually more than 5 hours. And here's how it compares to the class. I asked the class. We're a little over 280 people, 220 people responded. Thank you for those of you who responded. Most of y'all are in the less than 1 hour or 1 to 2 hours. Okay. Most of y'all are in, consider yourself watching a little bit of video. And then we only have the small sliver right here that said more than 4 hours when Nielsen is saying much, much higher numbers. So I think that's interesting. The numbers reported by the class, these are self-reported numbers, so they may not be accurate, are pretty low, but people are in fact watching more TV. And by TV, I include Netflix or YouTube, things like that as well. People are actually a lot more video than they think they are. Now, this graphic right here, this is another Nielsen graphic, has things broken down by age. Do you think media consumption changes based on your age? I think that's a logical assumption. Over here on the left, we have sort of the aggregate numbers of individuals 18 plus. We're comparing 2019 to 2020. And over here, when you look at the age breakdown, I think this is where most of the class, if not all of the class, probably resides. There's really not much time devoted to TV over here. 16% of the time. 16% of your media use is actually TV. And then you have up here app web on a smartphone or internet or app web on a tablet, these red, orange, and yellow areas. That's much larger than TV. But then you shift over to individuals age 65 plus. I am not in that demographic. Not yet. I have another decade at least to go. Actually, no. I think I have 11 years. Okay. Anyway, TV consumption is much higher. So when people become older, more sedentary, their habits have been formed while they're younger, and then we have sort of the internet app web usage being much smaller. Now, it remains to be seen if this will change over time. Will people such as you, such as people in the class, will you develop the TV habit as you get older, or not? I think the entertainment industries are curious to see what is going to happen. Okay, platform preferences. Here we have 2020 compared to 2021. The percent of adults who prefer getting news from digital devices, according to this, actually went down slightly. Television goes up, but again, digital devices are higher. We have 50% of the public. In the year 2021, 50% of the public claims that they prefer getting their news from a digital device. 50%, 36% say they prefer getting it from television. We have radio and print down here. And I think it's safe to say if you like getting your news from a digital device, it's probably social media. It's probably some type of online news site. I mean, it could be television. You could be looking at something like television, but you're probably looking at social media or some type of online news site. And again, we have broken down by age. Okay. This comes from the Pew Center, a big organization that studies media consumption. The percent of Americans who prefer to get their news, my video is covering that up, to get their news from this source. Okay. The percent of Americans who prefer to get their news from this source. And we have this sort of aggregate number at the top. When you look at age 18 to 29, again, that's the bulk of the class, if not all of the class. 77% are saying digital devices. So when you look at the younger demographic, 77% are saying digital devices. And when you look at age 50 to 64, 38%, and then it goes down even further. So younger people do prefer to get their news from digital devices. And when we look at the aggregate total, it is 50% of the public prefers getting their news from a digital device. The percent, now we're looking specifically at digital devices, we've further broken it down. And when you look at the total, for people getting their news from a digital device, 4%. Like podcasts, that's a pretty small number. Bigger number here is, why don't these equal 100%? I don't know. I didn't do this, but it seems like they should equal 100%. Okay, 24% is the news website and 10% is social media. But when you come down here, again, look at the younger demographic, 29% of people are saying social media, 29% are saying social media, and that's only 1% for ages 65 or over. So the younger you are, the more likely you are to get your news, A, from a digital device, and B, the more likely that is going to be social media. And how does this compare with the class? Where do you get your news from? Yeah, not surprising. I figured social media was going to be the winner. 72% of the class said social media, and we have about 16% saying online news websites. So that's pretty significant, or pretty similar to what we just saw with the other results. This is just the class now. Okay, I asked people. Now, there's really no way to summarize this or put this in statistics, but when I asked for your favorite TV show or favorite movie, I'm just sharing this because I think this stuff is kind of interesting. The Office, Stranger Things, yeah, we see this a lot. The Departed, that's a pretty good movie. Breaking Bad, yeah, I like Breaking Bad. Princess Bride, oh, good documentaries. Okay, I like documentaries. Only Murders in the Building. I thought that was very, very funny. Yeah, I thought Only Murders in the Building. Oh, Mad Men. I love Mad Men. Yes, yes, yes. I really do like Mad Men. And yeah, other things. Boy Meets World, Forrest Gump, Friends. Yeah, I think people still like Friends. Um, Sing 1 and Sing 2, and then Black Panther. All right, there we go. Now, comparing this again is Nielsen for the week of July 25th to July 31st. When they look at streaming, now again, streaming is different than broadcast, is different than cable. We're going to explain that when we come to talking about video. But streaming is different than broadcast, is different than cable. But according to this, right here, the most popular streaming content was Virgin River. Then we have Stranger Things, and The Gray Man, and something called Keep Breathing. I don't know what any of this stuff is. The Gray Man, I heard, was a pretty bad movie. And we're not looking at number of people watching. We're looking at the number of minutes that have been streamed, and this is in million. So Virgin River was actually be over 2 billion, and Stranger Things would be about 1.8 billion. Now, when you look at traditional television, um, these are number of viewers now. There are different metrics for traditional television versus streaming television. Prime time broadcast TV, America's Got Talent, the week of August 15th was very big. And then look at that. That's a game show. Wow. Password, Celebrity Family Feud. And what do we have up here? Cable. Now, when we look at cable, which is a different form of television, Fox, look at that. Fox is dominating. Fox is dominating. So, despite the fact that Fox News likes to claim we are not mainstream news, Fox is the most mainstream of news channels. I repeat, Fox is the most mainstream of news channels. They are by far the highest rated cable news channel by a significant margin. So it's always funny to me when they claim that, oh, we're the minority, our voices are being silenced. No, you are the dominant, loudest voice in the room. Okay, what else do we have here? Favorite musical artist? Taylor Swift. Apparently, some university has a class now devoted entirely to Taylor Swift lyrics. And y'all can read, you can see R&B is very popular. Grateful Dead. I loathe the Grateful Dead. I think they're one of the worst groups ever. Whoever said that, no offense, but Grateful Dead, worst group ever. Um, Shawn Mendes, Shakira, Lady Gaga. Oh, another Taylor Swift. There we go. And oh, I love French music, jazz, indie rock. Okay, R&B, hip hop. Oh, Bad Bunny, he just won big at the VMAs. More Taylor Swift. You guys like the Taylor Swift? Harry Styles. There we go. Sublime, Green Day, The Weeknd. Yeah, melodic rap. A boogie with the hoodie. Is that an artist? Okay. All right. Those are the musical groups you guys like, the kind of music you like. Now, comparison. This is some statistics put together by Billboard. The top albums, these are from last year. Now, this includes album sales, um, also streams, all the different ways people can consume music. We got on-demand video streams there. Morgan Wallen, he's country, right? I think he's country. Olivia Rodrigo, Drake, Adele, Pop Smoke, Doja Cat. I never heard of this person. The Kid Leroy, never heard. Okay, anyway, these are the most popular albums for 2021. Um, when you look at total sales, it's a little bit different. And then digital album sales is even different. I know I'm going fast, but we're going to come back to music later in the semester. And then we look at simply digital song consumption. Dua Lipa, uh, that's the biggest song. I don't even know if I heard. I must have heard it. I must have heard it. Maybe it didn't register in my brain. And then, wow, Olivia Rodrigo has number two and number three. Okay. Anyway, and if you can see, I know the lighting is bad here. Person who said they like Mad Men. You recognize this mug? Recognize this mug? Yeah, got it off Etsy. It references the show Mad Men. It references the show Mad Men. Yeah. Okay. One final thing that I'm going to share. One final thing I'll share. Okay, I did ask your preferred way to listen to music. I knew this was going to be the answer. Some streaming device. I knew this was going to be the number one answer. But then we got live performances at 15%. And then someone did pick, I threw this in for fun. I hate music. I am no fun. One person said that. I hate music. I am no fun. And then two people said vinyl. I love vinyl. I love the vinyl. Big record collector. Okay. Favorite social media platform. Instagram by a narrow, wow. I would say Instagram and TikTok are pretty much tied. 82 people said Instagram, 81 people said TikTok, 28% said Snapchat, or 28 people said Snapchat, and wow, three people not on social media. Facebook's not getting any love. No love for Facebook. Oh, Facebook won. One person likes Facebook. All right. And then we got the Twitter. All right. And no one said LinkedIn. No one said LinkedIn. Okay. Anyway, that's it. We're going to come back to the stuff, especially about music, when we do a module on music. And we're going to come back to the stuff about TV, the differences between broadcast, cable, streaming. But I just wanted to get that out there and some basic things out there and hope y'all got the questions correct.